What's up, YouTube? I'm Choctopus. Items. Let's talk about items. Whether you play with them or without them, items have always been an integral part of what makes Super Smash Bros., well, Super Smash Bros. A lot of items have come and gone over the years, but there's a lot of them in Ultimate, and we're going to rank them. I'll be ranking them based on effectiveness, mixed with a little bit of the because I said so factor, but keep in mind that your list may look wildly different than mine, and with that being said, drop your top 5 items in the comments section below, and let's get started. Back Shield. I don't think I've ever seen this item work. It protects your back, maybe, sometimes. I think you could also break it. I don't know, this item is trash. Grass. That's it. One random item. Grass. The party ball is a ball that has a party inside of it, sometimes, and sometimes it's death. Also, please note that I'm judging any container items as an item alone and not the possibility that it has to drop more items, so that's why they're so far down on the list. This is literally just a box. The rolling crate is literally just a box, but this one rolls. At least the barrel has some potential. You can Donkey Kong this thing over to your enemy and crush them where they stand. At least you can throw the capsule at a high speed at your enemy's head and hurt them. With the Super Leaf, you will gain ears, kind of like the Tanuki suit, and the ability to hover for a couple seconds. It's just funny to see on some characters. Classic Super Mushroom will increase your size. Don't take that the wrong way. I already know you're going to take it the wrong way, so keep it tame in the comment section. It's tough to tell one from the other, but the Poison Mushroom will make you mini. If you get it, run. If your enemy gets it, pummel them. The Rocket Belt is a working jetpack and has some decent range and duration. It also refills when you're on the ground, so you'll get a couple uses out of it. The Banana Peel is just fun to throw around and watch people trip over them again and again. This was the main reason that I mained Diddy Kong in Brawl, but Diddy and I have broken up a while ago. This one has good range, and enough hits with the Ramblin' Evil Mushroom will reverse your opponent's controls. This is also just generally a hilarious item. You can Cristiano Ronaldo your opponents with the soccer ball. Please don't come at me in the comment section about soccer players or teams. I literally just googled the name because he's one of the only 3 soccer players that I know. Also, hitting the soccer ball will cause it to burst into flames, and it's more of a skill shot, so it can be tough to hit. The Killer Eye is a cannon that you can throw down, and then it will shoot beams. It's pretty useful to throw down at the end of a stage for some ledge guarding, but it's also not very durable. While I love the Fire Flower in literally every game except Smash, it's pretty trash here. It's a watered-down Bowser or Charizard neutral B. I also feel like it runs out pretty quick. A smoke ball that will stick to your opponents and impair their vision. It's a bit annoying at best. Classic Green Shell from the Super Mario Bros. Franchise. Not the most interesting projectile, but always a fun one to toss. The Boomerang is always fun to toss around because an opponent will sometimes forget it exists and then hit them on the way back, and you want to use this for some real galaxy brain tactics. You'll get a few uses out of the POW block. It won't really kill, but it can be super disorienting because the whole screen is going to shake, and it'll also hit everyone. Whoever's holding the healing sprout will heal over time, but I'm almost positive you need to hang on to it, so try not to get whacked around. Throwing the healing field on the ground will open up a healing vortex. Didn't I make that sound cool just now? This one is a bit more interesting because then you can fight for dominance over the field. The Super Launch Star really makes me want to go back and play Super Mario Galaxy again. Remaster bundle for Switch, Nintendo, please? Or Galaxy 3 maybe? Thanks. Anyway, a strategically placed Launch Star could be used to launch your opponents further out or save your ass. Slingshot style. Food, put it in your mouth, eat it, gain health, burgers, chocolate, corn dogs, food. The Bunny Hood will make every character the love child of Sonic the Hedgehog and Shulk's jump arts. Also, it's good for seeing which characters can outrun Big Blue. Insert other video promotion right here. The Maxim tomato is a 50% recovery tomato and definitely not a tomato that has sexy people doing photo shoots in it. It's also a classic item in Smash and Kirby alike. If you've taken some pretty hefty damage, the Fairy Bottle will heal all wounds. Well, any wounds over 100% damage, but that's still a lot of healing. Also, be careful not to throw it at your enemies, because it could heal them as well. Then it's kind of like the time that Goku gave Cell a Senzu Bean during the Cell games. The Heart Container will remove up to 100% damage from your counter. Slightly better than the Fairy Bottle because it's instant and consumable. Yanira, who I've been calling Urina for a while, which is awkward, is the blowfish of the land. Throw it and stick it to the floors, walls, your grandma, whatever. It does some decent damage and has good knockback. Round and round it goes. Who's getting burnt? Nobody knows. No, really, we don't know because it's pretty easy to dodge. You can grow Hothead with fire or electricity, though, so take advantage of that with some characters. Screw Attack is a classic item that gives you the ability to get motion sickness while jumping. It's wearable now, which makes it a hell of a lot better, so you can weaponize your jump with this bad boy. Boss Galaga can sometimes be unpredictable, but if it grabs you, you're getting taken away to the promised land. It creates a decent-sized field, so it's useful on smaller stages especially. The Pitfall is awesome because it's a portable King K. Rool. Bury those enemies and send them packing. Also, it's a light item, so you can gun it full speed. Mr. Saturn for DLC. Wait, wrong video. Throwing Mr. Saturn won't deal a ton of damage, but it's good for shattering shields. Use it to destroy your friend's shield and then viciously mock them while you're charging up a side smash. Blast Box. It's a box. It blows up, but use it to your advantage. To quote the great Nicolas Cage, not the bees. Another Animal Crossing item, and this one is good because your enemies will take constant damage from, you guessed it, bees. Damage over time is nice, especially when the lipstick has good range and doesn't require a charged attack. Still, you're literally beating your enemy with a flower. Wasn't this a 3DS launch title? Did anyone actually buy or play this game? I'm so sorry if you spent $40 on this. However, in Smash, Steel Diver is pretty awesome because it's the equivalent of that little gun that they use in Men in Black that just destroys. Kind of. Not really. Okay, render video. I love the Cuoco item because it's so true to the Zelda franchise. If you accidentally hit one, you will feel the wrath of 1,000 burning suns. Or just some angry chickens. The Gust Bellows is great for cheesing your opponents. It could be blocked, but catch them off guard and try to gimp their recovery. I don't know what it is about the Gooey Bomb, but it's super satisfying to stick to your opponents. And it may be the cutest projectile in the game. Maybe. The Hocotate Bomb is tricky because you may or may not see this thing take off, and the next thing you know, you're about a mile into the blast zone. Distract your friends, throw the Hocotate, and then watch chaos ensue. I lied. Bomb Chew is definitely the cutest projectile in the game. Also, it packs quite the punch. I feel like Bomb was the scariest item back in Smash 64. Now it's not as scary, but it does hit just as hard. Nothing is more horrifying than when a bunch of bombs drop from a party ball, and then everyone scatters. The X-Bomb is kind of like the Bomberman bomb. By the way, Sakurai stabbed me in the side and then twisted the knife with that Bomberman assist trophy reveal, but this bomb is pretty hardcore and has long range. I've always been trigger happy with the smart bombs in Star Fox 64, and another very satisfying item to land because the blast zone of the bomb just paralyzes you. A drill that you can fire at your enemies. It doesn't only do damage, but has some constant knockback and is good for gimping recoveries. Another set it and forget it item that you can drop and then accidentally walk over because you forgot that you placed it there, and the added slow motion frames are a nice touch. Drop these at the end of the stage and watch your opponent struggle to dodge it. The Raygun is a classic item that cuts the BS and gets right to the lasery point, and it's good for some long-range harass. This one is interesting because you can throw the Beast Ball into the Shadow Realm, and then it comes out of nowhere, but it's on fire. It makes baseball look less boring. I'm sorry, please don't hurt me, baseball fans. I love baseball, just that my team has been terrible for a while now. I love the Russian roulette factor on the timer. It will slow everyone down except you, or just you. But when it works, you've got some free knockouts ripe for the picking. The Franklin badge is great because it'll reflect projectiles, especially useful against those spammers. Wear it proudly. I love how drastic the black hole item is. It just sucks everyone in and then groups them up for a powerful attack. The bumper went away for a while, but it is the biggest troll item in the game. Throw it down, especially on the end of a stage, and nobody's recovering without saying some bad words in the process. This is a nuke. I'm not joking here. You're holding a nuke up like a trophy. Wait, no, I was kidding. This is the cutest explosive in the game. Also, it has that split-second holy crap moment where everything just freezes. The Rage Blaster is scaling based upon how much damage you take. It's a decent firearm, but it's better for those who are really taking a beating. Technically, the Sandbag is another container, but listen, the Sandbag has feelings. We lost the Home Run Derby, but we didn't completely lose the Sandbag. I feel like the Beam Sword used to hit a lot harder. Now it just kind of feels like a watered-down lightsaber. It's still a goddamn beam sword, but it just feels weak and sad. The Super Scope is good for firing a lot of smaller, quicker projectiles, or one giant one to knock your opponent into oblivion. Mix it up. Death's Scythe is great because of the damage and the animation. You can straight up delete someone from existence. Also, it's great to see some cheery, bright characters like Isabelle holding Death's weapon. Killing Edge has a little bit of strategy to it because you need to time your hits. I mean, 100% of the time it's a sword, but some of the time it's a glowing sword. And a glowing sword is way deadlier. Chuck this cute little icicle and turn your enemies into a popsicle. Okay, that's enough with the cute ice wordplay. Use this to annihilate your opponent to oppose you. Look your victims in the eyes as you end them. Nothing more satisfying than nutting on your enemies. That's right, just fling your nut directly at your opponents and they'll be so stunned they won't move. My only wish is that the fake Smash Ball looked more like the regular Smash Ball with only slight differences. The reverse pattern is just a little bit too noticeable, but you can use it to sacrifice your opponents if they're close enough. The special flag gives you either a +1 score in a time match or +1 in a stock match. Honestly, if you have the time to pull this off, then you deserve the +1, because I don't know anyone who has a spare 4 seconds in Smash to do what they please. I love spicy, and I love curry. Eat this and turn into a fire-spitting, curry-loving KO machine. It'll give you a speed boost and some lengthy mouth fireballs. The staff does scaling damage depending on the distance away from the person that it hits, so stand back and 360 no-scope some people. Spiny Shell is just as frustrating as it is in Mario Kart. However, the cool thing is you could be in first place and still get the item and rub some dirt in the wounds of the person in second. Or if you're in last, you could seek revenge. The bullet bill is mean because it happens in the blink of an eye and it hurts. Also, you're not a tiny bullet bill, you're a big boy bullet bill. You're Bullet William. The Warp Star is another classic item that has multi-uses. Use it to hopefully destroy your enemies, or if you're smart, use it to escape danger when you're getting whooped in a free-for-all. Just like in Mario Kart, use the lightning to shrink everyone and then start steamrolling and racking up those KOs. I mean, there's no KOs in Mario Kart, but you get it. Items that instantly affect everyone are always great, but be careful because this can backfire. If you get grabbed by the beetle, just start face-rolling your controller, especially if you have higher damage, because we know beetles don't show up when you're at 0%. Let's be real here. The beetle, if it catches you or someone else, it carries you to your death. Whack your opponents with this glowing lollipop, or you can fire off some projectiles. Your choice. The Star Rod can also be held forever. While it does have limited charges, you can still beat someone with it when it's done. One of my favorite newer items in the game, the classic Fire Bar from Super Mario Bros. And of course other games in the franchise. As you use it, or it connects hits, it shrinks. It's a banana gun. What more do we have to say here? You can use it to shoot a banana, and then you have a peel. It's a 2-for-1 special. Also, the animation when the banana bullet connects is unmatched. If you magically happen to collect all of the Dragoon parts, you'll get to turn into Shredder from Turtles in Time. It's tough to land, but it's a satisfying one if it hits. Daybreak is another item that requires multiple pieces, but once you get them and you fire off that laser, it makes Samus's final smash look like a squirt gun. The Superstar is straight up invincibility. What could possibly be better? Well, these next couple items, but still, invincibility. Playing against metal characters in Smash 64 was such a tease, and you always had that one kid at lunch who was like, oh, I know a code to unlock metal characters, but it never worked, Timmy. Touch the box, become T-1000, dominate the battlefield. The Ore Club fires tornadoes. At this point, you're just playing God because you have the power to create natural disasters. They're also pretty hefty damage dealers. Swing until your heart's content or until you lose the club. The hammer just makes people run like hell, but you never want to be the guy or the girl who has the head pop off, because then you just look like a fool waving a stick around. The golden hammer gives you the ability to float and destroy. Float and destroy. Moving into the top 5, we have the Smash Ball, which is an instant final smash charge, assuming you've got what it takes to crack this egg wide open. The Pokeball is a classic item which summons a random Pokemon, and one of the few items that you can actually turn on high in a match for pure fun. Seriously, are there any other items that you can just turn on high and just have a great time? I don't think so. The Homerun Bat was always a great item. The ping and instant KO is just satisfying to the core. Assist trophies are great because they're a constant scar reminder that the things you want in life are always out of reach and nothing matters in the end. Oh, and they summon some pretty cool characters that can come help you out. Last but not least, we have the Master Ball. This is the Pokeball, but better because it's almost guaranteed that you will get a rare or legendary Pokemon that will come stomp out your enemies, or a Goldeen. Okay, we just ranked all 87 items in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Make sure you drop your top 5 in the comments section below. Remember, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, kindly hit that thumbs up button. If you want to tune into some of my streams, I do stream on Twitch. There's a link for that in the description below, along with my social media platforms and my Discord channel. If you want to join and come hang out with us, that'd be awesome. But thanks for watching, have an awesome day, and we will catch you in the next one. Later.